यस्य प्रसादा भगवत् प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादा न गति कुटोपि दायांस्तु वंस्तस्य यशस्त्रि संध्यम वंदे गुरो श्री चरणारविंदम श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री गुरुदेव। Now we shall continue from text 13 onwards of chapter number 1 titled Spiritual Masters. Text 13. Advaitam Harinadvaitat Acharyam Bhakti Samsanat Bhaktavataram Isamtam Advaita Acharyam Ashraye. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. In this verse, the author pays his obeisances to Advaita Acharya. The meaning of Advaita Acharya is discussed herewith. Advaita means one without a second, and who else other than the Supreme Lord is one without a second. Hence, Advaita represents the Supreme Lord himself. The title of Acharya comes to the person who propagates about the Lord. Hence, here simultaneously, Advaita is the Supreme Lord as well as the incarnation of the devotee of the Lord. Thus, the name of Advaita Acharya is described by Srila Kaviraj Goswami. Let's go to text number 14. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namni Bhakta Shaktikam. Translation. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is non-different from his features as a devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee, and devotional energy. Here, the Lord Krishna has been discussed in terms of the tattva of the devotee or the aspect of a devotee. The features of the Lord, such as devotee and devotional incarnation, is discussed here. A devotee is a person who has completely surrendered himself at the feet of the Lord, and he is being managed completely by the mercy of the Lord. The devotional incarnation actually means that the activities that one renders onto the service of the Lord comprises of the devotional or spiritual activities that the devotee takes up. And all these activities also incarnate in the form of a devotional incarnation. Then there is this devotional manifestation. The devotional manifestation represents the interactions of the devotee with the aspects of the Supreme Lord in the form of a Leela, or that which can be taken as an example which will lead others to the line of devotional activity. Then there is the pure devotee. The heart of the devotee is what is represented by the pure devotee in this verse. The heart of the devotee and what are the emotions that the devotee undergoes when he is serving the Supreme Lord. And devotional energy. Devotional energy represents those vibrations that attract the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So hence, here Advaita Acharya represents that aspect of Krishna where the features of the devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee and devotional energy are represented. Let's go to text number 15. जयताम सुरतौ पंगोर मम मंद मतेर गति मत सर्वस्व पदाम भजौ राधा मदन मोहनो. Translation: Glory to the all merciful Radha Madan Mohan. I am lame and ill advised, yet they are my directors and their lotus feet are everything to me. In this verse, the author takes shelter of Radha Madan Mohana. It is well known that the deities of Radha Madan Mohana serve as an introduction to bhakti. They are the supreme lordships who attract the devotee to their devotional service. Madana Mohana means Cupid, the one who even attracts Cupid to perform one's devotional service. Thus, Sri Radha Madana Mohana represents the introduction of the devotee to devotional service. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was at the fag end of his life when he started this marathon devotional service of writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he completely surrenders himself to the feet of Radha Madana Mohana as he embarks on this journey of writing the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, praising the glories of Lord Gauranga. Text 16. Divya Drindaranya Kalpa Drumadaha Srimad Ratnagar Simhasanastau Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devau Preshtalibhi Sevyamanos Smarami. Translation: In a temple of jewels in Vrindavan, underneath the desire tree, Sri Sri Radha Govind, served by their most confidential associates, sit upon an effulgent throne. I offer my humble obeisances unto them. The second deity, as one enters the devotional service, is the deity of Sri Radha Govind Dev. Sri Radha Govind Dev represents service rendered to the Supreme Lord. As one initially gets attracted to Sri Radha Madan Mohan as to perform devotional service, the second deity of Radha Govind Dev engages the devotee in their devotional service. Thus, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami thinks of Radha Govind Dev to be under the desire tree in Vrindavana and engaging him in the devotional service of writing the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Text 17. Shriman Rasa Rasarambhi Vamshivata Tatastitaha Karshan Venu Swanair Gopir Gopinatha Shriyestunaha. Translation: Sri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental mellow of the Rasa dance, stands on the shore of Vamshivata and attracts the attention of the cowherd damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. May they all confer upon us their benediction. This verse 17 represents the invocation of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Sri Sri Radha Gopinath represents the ultimate destination of a devotee. Sri Sri Radha Gopinath represents the mellow of conjugal love in the mood of love of Godhead. Thus, Sri Radha Gopinath being the ultimate goal of the living entity, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the end prays to Sri Radha Gopinath to present him that love of Godhead by attracting him to write Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in such a way that anybody who takes Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita to his heart and does a serious study would definitely be bestowed upon the love of Godhead by Sri Radha Gopinath. Text 18. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Translation: Glory to Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda, glory to Advaita Chandra and glory to all devotees of Sri Gaura or Lord Chaitanya. Here the author pays obeisances to the three Supreme Lord in the form of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda and Lord Advaita Chandra. All three represents the same Supreme Lord Krishna in their various aspects of devotional mood. Text 19. ये तीन ठाकुर गौड़िया के करिया चेन आत्मसात ये तीनेर चरण वंदन तीन मोरनाथ. Translation. These three deities of Vrindavan, Madan Mohan, Govinda and Gopinath, have absorbed the heart and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. I worship their lotus feet, for they are the Lord of my heart. The three deities, namely Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Radha Govind Dev and Sri Radha Gopijana Vallabha, they represent the entire gamut of devotional service. In the initial stages of life, when the living entity is completely wrapped in material attachment and indulgence in material activity, he is forgetful of the Supreme Lord. When one is in that stage, one has to think of Sri Radha Madan Mohan. When through the mercy of the spiritual master, one engages in the service of Sri Radha Madan Mohan, one starts understanding the lost relationship that one has with the Supreme Lord. Sri Radha Madan Mohan represents that epitome of relationship between the living entity and the Supreme Lord himself. As the relationship gets revived through the service of Radha Madan Mohan, one then needs to get his service to Sri Radha Govind Dev by thinking of Radha Govind Dev in one's heart. Sri Radha Govind Dev is that multifarious aspect of the Lord which will engage the living entity in various types of devotional service wherein the purity of the heart is enhanced. The devotee, as he engages in the service of Sri Radha Govind Dev, understands the various devotional moods and the devotional aspects that will make him more matured in engaging in devotional service. Then, as one improves in one's devotional life through the service of Sri Radha Govind Dev, one is automatically attracted to Sri Radha Gopijana Vallabha, the highest objective of life. Sri Radha Gopijana Vallabha represents the aspect of Gopinath Ji, or the husband of the damsels of Braja. He has in his heart the most sublime aspect of love of Godhead. Thus, when a living entity engages in the service of Sri Radha Gopijana Vallabha or Sri Radha Gopinath, the love of Godhead manifests in one's heart. When the devotee engages in the service of Sri Radha Gopijana Vallabha, he is transported to that domain called Goloka Vrindavan, where he is personally involved in the mood of a gopi or a manjari in serving their divine lordships, Sri Radha Krishna, in the highest mellow of devotional service, which is the conjugal mood of love. The deities of Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind Dev and Radha Gopinath or Gopijana Vallabha have been established in Vrindavan with these three objectives in the mind by the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So it is very much necessary that one takes up devotional service under the tutorship of these three deities of Vrindavan. These three deities of Vrindavan also represents the three aspects of devotional service, namely Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana. Sambandha represents the relationship between the living entity and the Lord, which is established by Sri Radha Madan Mohan. Then Abhideya is the process of devotional service which matures through the service of Sri Radha Govind Dev, and Prayojana means attaining that highest spirit of devotional service which is love of God, attained by the worship of Sri Radha Gopijana Vallabha or Sri Radha Gopinath. Text 20. Granthera Arambhe Kari Mangala Guru Vaishnavara Bhagavan Tinere Smarana. Translation. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions. Three aspects have been discussed here. One is the spiritual master, second are the devotees of the Lord, and the third the Supreme Lord himself. In fact, Gaudiya Vaishnavism is based on these three aspects of devotional service. They are respectively the Supreme Lord, His devotees, and the spiritual master. They form the triad based on which the devotional service of the devotees prospers. If any one of these aspects is disturbed, then it is bound that the devotee will not reach the final goal. Text 21. Tinera smarane haya vigna vinashana anayase haya nija manchita purana. Translation. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. Thus, it is seen that the desire of the devotee is simply achieved when one surrenders to the spiritual master, serves the Vaishnavas, and remembers the Supreme Lord. Text 22. Se Mangalacharana haya tri vidha prakara vastu nirdesha ashirvada namaskar. Translation. The invocation involves three processes defining the objective, offering benediction, and offering obeisances. Here it is seen that defining the objective is very important. What is the goal of the devotee? What does he really want when he is performing devotional service? The second is offering benedictions. In devotional service, it is seen that one is involved in offering benedictions and the other is involved in offering obeisances. This enhances the devotional service of the devotee. Text 23. Prathamadui shloke Ishtadeva Namaskara Samanya Vishesha Rupe Duido Prakara. Translation. The first two verses offer respectful obeisances generally and specifically to the Lord, who is the object of worship. Text 24. Tritiya shloke te kari vastura nirdesha yaha haite jani paratatvera uddesha. Translation. In the third verse, I indicate the absolute truth, who is the ultimate substance. With such a description, one can visualize the supreme truth. It is seen that when one recognizes devotees and offers obeisances to them and receives their benedictions, it is an intense form of service to the Lord. In either case, one is only serving the Supreme Lord. So, as one transfers his energies in receiving benedictions and paying obeisances, one is serving the Supreme Lord with his entire body, mind, and soul. Thus, over a period of time, one will be able to visualize the absolute truth with these simple gestures of the mind and heart. Hari Bol.